Lifestyle Live. Come and see, you'll agree. There's a positive energy. Lifestyle Live.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Lifestyle Live Podcast.
Faces you know and a team you can trust. Stories that form your heart. Lifestyle Live. Lifestyle Live. Lifestyle Live.
You know him as an INDYCAR driver, but he's also now a child's book author, Joseph's Big Dream, an Indy 500 story. Oh, and I should also mention he's a two-time Indy 500 winner, Josef Newgarden, joining us now. Thank you for being here, my friend.
Yeah, it's great to chat with you. Thanks for having me on.
All right, let's start here. Before we get into the book, back-to-back Indy 500 wins. What's that like for you, getting that opportunity, and what was an amazing race, too?
It's been surreal. I don't know how else to put it. You know, I've kind of let go of released the thought that I was ever going to win the Indianapolis 500. It's such a difficult race to get right. I mean, we go there every year, and it took me, personally, it took 12 attempts to finally win the race. And that's a lot of what this book's about. I know we're chatting on this today, but, to go and win again, 2 years in a row with the team was just, unexpected is probably the best way to put it. I think anytime you run the Indy 500, you can't expect that you're going to win it. You just have to enjoy the opportunity. And I really have enjoyed being there across my entire career. And there's no race in the world like it. Everybody in Indiana knows what that race is about, but it is truly special.
That day being as wild as it was with the weather and are we going to race? Aren't we going to race? What was going through your mind once you finally got those engines started and got through those first 100 laps, knowing, okay, at least now we've got that in, but then to have the ending the way it was just amazing.
It was a crazy race. It was, for me, it was one of the best races I've ever been a part of. So that was sort of the silver lining of the day. I also thought, it was incredible that no one left. We had this weather system rolling in the morning, and we knew it was coming. And everybody showed up. They said, regardless what happens, we're going to be there, and everyone was there on time. And then it hit middle of the day. I actually took a nap with my son was napping around noon, and I took one with him. By the time we woke up, the weather was gone and everybody still stayed. We got rolling. I mean, it must have been about 4 o'clock when we got green, and we had one of the best races that, I think we've had at the Indy 500. And everybody was there, and that's what Indiana, I think that's what this race is all about. There's nothing that rivals it across the entire world. And there was a lot of pent up, I think, just adrenaline. Everybody was ready to go by the time. And so you saw a lot of crashes in the beginning, and then it settled out. And then we had that great finish to the end, like you talked about.
I want to talk about your book, Joseph's Big Dream, an Indy 500 story. How did you come up with this idea that I'm going to go ahead and write a children's book?
Well, I guess this is really good timing that we won this race again. We made the book. It's very much modeled after the journey of my career and, running in the Indianapolis 500, dreaming of winning this race. And it took 12 years to get there. And then finally winning it on the 12th attempt. So that is what this book's about. And it must be great timing that we were able to win it again, the year afterwards. So there's a really good follow up to the book. But I did a book back in, I think it was 2015, and I wasn't as involved in it. It was more, done around INDYCAR and my career. And it was, it was called Josef the INDYCAR Driver. So it was basically about being a race car driver in INDYCAR. And I've had people come up to me, to this day, 10 years later, saying, we loved this book. We read this book to our kids. Like it's been a part of what we do. And so my wife and I, now that we have a 2-year-old son, we've been talking for a while that we wanted to make another book. And we've been very heavily invested in this one. We spent a lot of time on it. We co-wrote it with Andy Amendola, who he owns Red Racer Books. It's a great company. He's making a ton of motorsport type books like ABCs of INDYCAR. He makes a really good product. So we spent a ton of time trying to get this book right. And it is just about pursuing your dreams and trying to never give up and go after whatever it is in the world that you want to do.
I love that as a children's book because it's twofold. One, obviously, chasing your dreams, no matter what that dream is, but also introducing kids to the sport at an early age and continuing to build that fandom that we know here in Indianapolis, obviously, but around the world as well.
100%. You know, I think that's the great thing about the book is they're going to see a dream through somebody's eyes, and it's through an INDYCAR lens, which is so great. They're going to learn about the Indianapolis 500, which is, you know, it's an event I like to tell people about. If they don't know anything about it, it's something fun to learn about, certainly for kids. And just like you said too, you know, it is about chasing a dream. It doesn't have to be a racing dream. You know, everybody has their own dreams in this world, and they don't always come easy, and they take a lot of time, and you got to continue to work hard to pursue them. And that's what this book shows. It didn't just happen overnight. It took a lot of attempts, a lot of, you know, continual effort. And I think for kids, it's a great message, and it's certainly done in a fun way. You're going to see, I mean, it's super colorful. You know, we tried to make it pretty broad as far as my story, you know, being a kid growing up, chasing a dream. And I hope kids and their parents love it.
I have no doubt that people are going to love that book. You're a great ambassador for the sport and just an outstanding human and a pretty darn good racer at that as well. So, Josef, congratulations on everything. We appreciate your time, and congratulations on the book as well.
Yeah, thanks so much. Take care.
If you're interested in finding out how to find the book, you can go to lifestylelive.tv.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Lifestyle Live Podcast. Thank you for listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to this podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And connect for even more on Facebook and at lifestylelive.tv.
Faces you know and a team you can trust. Stories that form your heart.